Welcome to another episode of Big Al's Big Tips.
And I'm back. As many of you know, I had back surgery on Monday. It is Wednesday at the time of recording. So I am going to start getting back into the swing of things. I am recovering well. It's a little slow, stiff and sore, but I'm getting there. And this surgery will be huge for my quality of life. So, I am going to do a season update today. I am in the Big Al Reaper account, as you can see. I also have the Forgotten in this season, which was against what I wanted to do. I just wanted to play two, but we needed more tile capacity because we had a few open slots. So here it is. I am going to check this really quick. That's not good. Okay, well, I guess I am marching more up there. Let's see what the report says. Okay, somewhat even. I mean, he started with a little bit more than me, but that's cool. Okay, so we are on day 19. So a third of the way through the season. I am going to go to the leaderboards first after I hit reinforce on Gil, which is King Siege, but for this account I use him for my B team because I am able to make my B team with cheap units because of him. So therefore he's the B team. Okay, and I know this is starting a little different than normal, but we're going to start with the fellowships. So as you can see, Step is number one with affluence. They have Bros and Gome as their partners in Lothlorien. You have Puro, Dads, and the Filthy Bunch Animals in Ruin. Then in Angmar, you got Soul, Salt, and there was one more I thought. Oh, Morgue. Okay. And let's see, we already talked about them. In Gundor, you have Order and Council. And if anybody, for those that have kept up with me, Step was Toby's partner in the Mega server that I was on. So I played them last season. I've played against Order for probably 3 or 4 seasons now. In Rohan, you have Neon Pack, and then you have the smaller groups of Skull and Lion. In Angmar, you have Alpha, Mama, and that's as far as I'm going to go down. Oh, there, Heat. In Linden, you have the Silk Power and Taco. You have Viking and Erebor. So it's a little bit of a mix. There's a lot different sized teams. Like I said, Step and Order were both in the Mega server. Puro is a big team. Soul is, I think, is a decently sized team. So you have some Kraken teams, some middle teams, and some lower teams inside. Faction points, I'm number 7th. I have gotten some good results. I mean, I was out for a few days with my surgery and everything. Personal affluence, Mavius is definitely a name everyone sees quite often on King Farmer list. And I'm just going to scroll through here a little bit so you can see some of the names. Bone Crusher, who is definitely my nemesis this season. And now for the merit boards. Sorry, I don't read Japanese. Well, he's up at 2.2 million. You got Bone Crusher at 2, Villanelle at 1.8, Darth Plagueis at 1.7, Jin Urso. So as you can see, Order is back to the Star Wars theme. And as you can see, I'm in 53rd, which I am definitely happy about considering, I was off for 3 days with surgery, very little activity on my end, and then even a couple days before the surgery because I needed to get some things in order before the surgery. Kato from Pack here is 30th, and we're not that far into the season, but a lot has happened, and I will go through what I know in the map. Okay, so I delayed that for the time being. Oh, and I just died. But looks like I almost killed this guy too. Aegon, he is definitely another big player. Okay, he's got his troop build here going. Okay, so let's take a look at the map, shall we? As you can see, a lot has happened. We are Rohan, which I'm sorry, I hate starting Rohan. Their troops are very squishy. Well, we are Rohan. First, when these passes opened, as you can see, there's a line here with us and Order. We had fought Order for a couple days, and as that was happening, Puro was coming down, LoTHRian was coming down. So we kind of made a, I don't want to say agreement, but kind of like a gentleman's agreement that it was in neither of our best interests to keep fighting here so that we were underdeveloped by the time Puro and LoTHRian came down. So the big teams on the map, you have Order in here, you have Steppe in here, and you have Puro and Ruin. Those are the three biggest teams. So I am not 100% sure about this. I do not deal with Diplo, but to me, I think LoTHRian, Angmar, and Ruin are all in an alliance. As you can see, they have this line here, and they have done nothing to fight each other. You do have the LoTHRian fighting Erebor up here, and I'll go through those pins in a minute. So you have all these three teams that control 75% of the map in an alliance. The center passes is open. LoTHRian has taken Lorien, the tree. So we started out the season and we pushed up all the way up to about here, I want to say. And LoTHRian has pushed us back and pushed us back and pushed us back. And now we are down where I just was, is this pass here. So, yeah, LoTHRian is definitely a lot bigger faction than Rohan is. And that's okay. They're doing what they do. They're the bigger team, so they're going to push you back as far as they can, whatever suits them. As you can see, we do have a land up here where Skull has been fighting Angmar, and 10 million participants. Not a bad pin. So we have this pin here, which is another 10 million participants between pretty much all of LoTHRian and all of Rohan. Well, I shouldn't say all of Neon and Pack mostly, and Lion and Dog have sent one or two players up here. So, as I said, we've gotten pushed back. You have Arnor over here, who also is fighting LoTHRian a little bit, and they have an 11 million pin. You have Linden fighting Angmar over here, 2.5 million participants, 6.3 million participants. Now up here you have Gundor and Rohan. It's an 11 million pin. And another 5.8 million pin. So as you can tell, Ruin came down from the passes when they opened and have pushed Order back, Order and Council back. And they own Barad-dûr now. So pretty much shapes up to be where LoTHRian and Ruin probably have an alliance, and they're going to do some kind of ring war to decide, or maybe LoTHRian just accepted second place or whatever, because they have they have their capitals. As you can see, Angmar has two capitals. LoTHRian gave him this capital, so I think Angmar plans on trying to get that for their third capital. Lothlorien has one, two capitals. So I guess that means they're trying to come for ours, which we will defend. Um, Ruin has one, two, three, four. So they have their four capitals and they just need the ring for that gold shiny badge. So there's the map. There's what I've seen that's happened. I did set some reports that I was going to share. And one of the things that I plan on doing before we go there, oh, it's on the other account. Okay. I'm going to have people messaging me with reports from the servers that I'm in, and just so that we can see a different side. Like we're fighting Lothlorien. Maybe I'll have or 1 week order, have them send me a few reports, and then have Puro send me some reports. Maybe Erebor, and then you know what I mean, just to try to get a spread of the different kind of players. So I have Reaper and I have Forgotten in this account. And as everybody knows, free to play, I love Frodo, and I think everyone should use Frodo if they are free to play. And what do? I cause draws. And this is the super small account. I mean, Frodo is R5, and I think he's set up pretty good for only having few seasons. I have my Gandalf. I have Aragon, that is respect 6, and I'm using him as my damage dealer. Um, there is pros and cons to using him. I mean, I'm not getting that high of a ceiling, even against people my size, but it's okay. But I only have a respect 1 Sauron in here. But he is making a difference. I mean, you have the madness here, you have the madness here. You have the added damage, so that's helping Aragon a little bit. I have him fast, as you can see. I have a 2-piece initiative, the Sandclaw, the Call of the Forest, Scout's Mail, and a Mare's Range, which all give initiative. So he's sitting at 39 plus the 5, that's 44, and then whatever troop I use plus 5, and that adds to it. But I am using Woses on here to make sure that he goes first, because I really need this madness right here to happen. So as you can see, I am causing draws. Let's take a look at what this is. I mean, you got an R12 Gandalf the White. For the gear that he has, I'm surprised he's got a sharp blade set there. You have a Z3 Dane. You have a R5 Sauron. Okay. A little bit of a weird thing with the golden skin, but okay. And then you have a Z3 Gimli. So, do I know how to build for draws? Absolutely. Let's go and take a look at this one. And this is Scooby-Doo, Blame Scooby-Doo, who has an R10 Beorn. He has a R8 Gandalf the White. He has an R5 Saruman where he's running the Woses. But he has made the mistake of not putting 5 points in here. So, deals focus damage twice to 3 formations each round, but the damage reduced by half. That is double the amount of damage, instances of damage, to kill enemy White Council. Especially with you having the Woses on there, you want him to first act. You want him to kill all of White Council before Beorn hits, because he's still going to do some damage. And then we have a Z2 Sauron. We have a Menno. Okay, he's running Undying as the tank with Great Beasts. Okay. You have a R10 Gimli. R6 Gandalf the White. Which, here's another thing I want to talk about, is planning. When you are, everybody knows when you get 10 points to fill this third stack, it's going to go in here so you get the stun chance. Well, right now he has 3 points. He should have 1 point in here, 2 points in here, because right here is extra instances of damage to knock off enemy white council. In case Sauron or Shadow or whoever you have in your army um, for that role, in case they don't clear it all. And then the other thing is when you get 5 points, those 5 points should go in here. The damage reduces the target's defense by 10 for 1 round. Because at level 5 on this, it's just 5 more focus. 5 focus is not going to mount anything. But that minus 10 defense could, depending on who you're hitting and who it hits. So those are the things to think about as you're building your skills up. And he's got an R8 Dane. So by no means is he a huge player, but this count is very tiny. So I like this. I cause a draw. We have Virus from Bros. I'm going to start with Sauron the Take, who's an R8. We have Gandalf the White, who's R10. We have Gimli that's R13, and he's got fully strengthened Relic. And that sucks for him. I mean, he got 1 roll for attack, but he got 2 for defense. So he got unlucky there. And then he has Shadow. R10 Shadow's nice. Okay. And I think this is the last one for the Forgotten account, which is Halo, which is another one that I wanted to talk about. Hill Trolls, I think, are a horrible unit. So let's take a look at the skills. Slow Awakening, defense plus 30% in battle. Okay, that's good. Damage dealt plus 30% after receiving 10 instances of damage. Okay, so that could be in round 2, that could be in round 8. All depends on how it lands. You have physical damage minus 10%, and he prioritizes enemy melee units. So, being a troll, and this is one of the things that I have against the game, is you have all these for trolls. Why is it the only mountain trolls taunt? Shouldn't the whole lot of trolls taunt? That's just my opinion. And then here, big mistake by not filling this in, because you're giving yourself less of a chance to evade. You want that 70% chance to evade, especially because you're running 3 Elven units. So when you're running units, think about what the skills are, what you need out of it. And obviously, he wants to make these evade. You got an R11 Gandalf the White. You have an R11 Dane. And an R12 Gimli. So I think I did really well in this fight. I caused a draw. I took some damage out of him. You know, what is that? About 30%? So I'll take it. Now I got some for this account, the Big Al Reaper account. And we'll show you what I'm running. I'm running a Z5 Sauron with Great Beast, 4-piece agility set, best in slot tank gear, because I do not need him for his modifications. His debuff skills are fine without the extra focus. So let's go to Gandalf the White, which is a Zenith 4. I have a 2-piece agility set here, and he's running Iron Warriors. I have Sauron running Woses, and as you can see, I have the Obsidian Dagger and the Call here to match Gandalf the White's. So if I do not have Woses, I put that agility set, 2-piece set, onto Saruman, because it's nice to get him to act first. Well, higher in the lineup. And then I have a Z4 Beorn, and he's running Master Throwers. And as you can see, he's also got a 2-piece agility set. Some of these I've changed, some of them I have left the same. You have against Scald, and he's running a Sauron that is an R13. He's using Rangers of the North that protect one random allied formation. And when it says allied formation, that means the unit and the commander. So as you can see, he's got the 2 speed items here and then the 2 tanking items there. Gandalf the White, Z6, higher than me. You have a R15 Saruman. And then you have a R11 Beorn. So let's take a quick look at, not that, let's take a look at the anomalies, just out of curiosity. I caused 16, he caused 13. Okay, not bad. Now, here is my nemesis this season, the Bone Crusher. Every time I see him, I have to hit him because I'm the big boy. So, as you can see here, he beat me. This is his B team. A Z1 Undying as the tank. He has a Z7 Shadow. He's running the double unit defense with the command helm. So he's got 205 attack. You have the skill that adds attack. I mean, look at his relic. I mean, he got 2 rolls for the attack, so that's plus 18, so that helped. You have a Z10 Scowl Helm. Wow. And a Z10 Dane. Just wow. But he's only got 189 attack. He's running the double defense. And it's working for him. I mean, plus he's using woodmen that have the 20% chance to evade. It's 30 if it's on a wood tile. So that's his B team. This was a good fight for me. Arrows Crusher. He's running 2 of the Rangers of the North. I mean, it's R14 Sauron, R13 Gandalf the White, R11 Beorn. Please be R12. Be R12. R15. So he's got an 11, a 13, 14, and a 15. And then here, half Darkwing Duck. You have the Swan Knights on the Z2 Sauron. You have Rangers of the North on the R11 Gandalf the White. R13 Saruman with Wozes. And a Z1 Scowhelm with the Marauders. Here was another multi-fight one, which was very good for me. And you got the G-Man who's under level. Oh, he had Frodo in here. Okay, he's got the R5 Frodo. He's got the R6 Thorin, R9 Gimli, and an R11 Gandalf the White. So, thankfully I was able to kill it all. I mean, he's going for a draw with that formation. You got R10 Undying, R12 Sauron, R8 Saruman with the Wozes, and R15 Lurtz with the Dragoons. You know, and I really like this relic. And Lurtz is kind of low. Like, I haven't ascended him on this account. And he's one that I am definitely curious about, and I'm thinking about ascending him. And then here is Bone Crusher's A team. As you can see, I wasn't full at the time, but I was 45s, he's 46s. Z10 Sauron. Z10 Gandalf the White. Z3 Saruman. And a Z6 Beorn. So, as you can see, this is his A team. He is no small guy. He is a very big account, the Bone Crusher, which is bigger than this one. And I'm taking about half. I've hit him quite a few times, and I would say I leave him usually about 35 to 40% of his supply left. So he's definitely bigger than me. Not really sure how I can tweak it to do better. I've been running through a couple ideas, but they'll work on him, but not others. So there's that. Let me show you this one. This is the B team I'm running. I'm running Gil. I'm running Guardians on him because I'm just doing the melee and ranged unit approach. He is Z4. I have a R14 Gandalf the Grey. I have a Z4 Shadow and a Z4 Dane. So as you can see, I'm able to run the melee unit of Guardians and then all the T2 Cavalry Archers. And that's why I'm using this as my B team. Just because I can run the cheap troops and still do well. I fought Eat My Stuns. He's got the Witch King, that's an R11. He has R7 Dane. He has an R10 Sauron, complete damage build, using the Snagas, and the Sauron R10. So I know a lot of people like to run Sauron as a troop damage, so you can still get the command. You got to get the command levels up so that your troops will inflict more damage because it gives it right here 33% damage increase. Um, so they're running a tank and then Sauron for the damage build. The thing is, even with the Snagus here, I mean, he only did 34k. That's not that great for a troop damage build. So it works in some scenarios, but it's inconsistent in my opinion. So I rather just run Sauron as the tank. In this case, it works with Witch King because if he could get 5 points in here, he's running Mountain Trolls, which are a large unit, and then he could gain Madness immunity. So there is that. But there's a couple different ways to run things. I like consistency more than what could happen. Like right here, 112, 144. This is consistently going to happen. Dane's going to do just a little bit more damage than Shadow, only because there's only so much damage to deal. I mean, if this was an endless supply, I mean, you're looking, he could do 200 to his 120, 130. There's just not enough HP to do that much damage. So, it is what it is. But that's the B team that I'm running this season. I also have my C team that I kind of threw together and I want to try things out. Let me go ahead and reinforce from home. And this is kind of what I'm trying out for my C team. I got the R13 Falcon. Okay. As you can see, defense, I got a little bit of focus in here, not much. Running the Thrain's Guard, which is essentially Dwarven White Council. You have the Arid Loon for his added defense onto the Great Beasts. So they actually sit at like 196 when it's time for battle. And it stacks twice. So it goes over 200. I have Undying here. So I have him as the secondary melee unit with the Iron Warriors. But I also have him set up to where I'm trying to get a little bit of damage out of him. Not much. I'm expecting to try to get 30 to 40k out of him. It's a little bit different. It's also because these are some of the pieces that I had left over of the gold gear. And again, I'm trying to get just a little bit. Like if I can get 30 to 40k damage out of him, I'd be happy. And then I got King of Men, as you can see. He's got a 179 attack, but then he's getting 24 from the Sharp Blade. So you're sitting at 203. Not bad. I could take that. Again, this is leftover gold items. And then Lurtz is definitely a weird one. So he's at 147. I get 10 attack from the Sharp Blade. Okay. Then over here, I'm going to get 15, and it's modified by command, so I get 4 per 100 a command. If you can see right here, it's 135. So I get 4, and then say 1.2, 1.3, something like that. So that's an extra, I'm just going to round, and let's say 5. So he's getting an extra 5 attack here at this level. So he's sitting at 20 from here, that's 167, plus the 10 here is 177. But once this gets maxed out, he gets another 5 here, and when it's maxed out, it gets 25, which turns into 30. So I will be sitting exactly at 200. Plus, when he gets the levels, he gets a little bit better attack. So, like I said, it's just something that I'm kind of trying, and I'm because of this skill right here, attack of the commander's formation. I put the hunter's guide. There's a couple options I could have done here, but I put the hunter's guide because it gave me some command. It gives me some unit attack. I have the sharp blade for some extra unit attack, and then there's a skill. So I'm hoping I can get a little bit of damage. Guardians aren't the um, unit to use. I'm thinking about throwing some Morgul Arbalists on it. Did they take this yet? Yes, they did. Okay. It is what it is. So, that's what I got for this video, for the update video. We went through reports and leaderboards and the map, which I will show again. And as you see, we took here. Lothlorien took here. There's fighting, but nowhere in the center yet. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, there's a couple bigger teams in here that we just don't match up with as a team. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a middle-sized team. But we're coming together, we're learning from each other. There's a lot of new players in this team, including myself, that's new. So chemistry is getting built. But okay, that's all I got for you today. So as always, make the most out of what you got.